Hi, my name is Harry Selby. I'm the Handwrapper's handwrapper. I'm going to be going through how to basically wrap a hand correctly and legally with Neil Hall here. So we'll start off with two of these, simple bandage, and also the tape. I'm going to be using like a zinc oxide tape. Okay, and we shall begin. So the first layer I'm going to be using create a base layer. So the main thing about MMA hand wraps compared with boxing hand wraps, because of the size of the glove, 4 ounces, if you're going to hit someone really hard, you will inevitably break your hand. So what we try and do is compact the hand down as much as possible, so if anything does break, it stays in place. Like so, Neil. Right, thank you. Cheers. Okay, so it's like a template, what we're looking for. Protection over here, support through here, and also the thumb. Each fighter will be different. Some people, if they prefer to grapple, they need more dexterity, so we would actually start looking at supporting lower down on the thumb here. Some people, if they're like more strikers, you need to sometimes solidify a bit more of the thumb to ensure that when they do make a fist, that the protection is there. So it's down to each individual fighter. One of our wrap people, so some guys tonight, they want quite a thin hand wrap. They need the dexterity to grapple, while other guys, probably Liam and Oliver, the French guy, they're going to be beating the crap out of each other. So they'll want like a decent, heavily padded hand wrap. Okay. So from here, I'm just going to start supporting over my base. Create like a X going down, and then looking back onto the thumb. Pinch and pull back over. A little tip is if you go to see a physiotherapist and talk to them about how they use support bandages and tape especially, you can actually pick up quite a lot of ideas about how to improve your hand wrapping in the way you're supporting, the way you're pinching some of the tape, and the way you'll actually hold the hand in place. Now with the padding on top, what we do with Cage Warriors gloves, so the padding with the Cage Warriors gloves, they're actually very well designed because the padding actually goes on the knuckle rather than the entire glove. You see some gloves on. The way I line mine up is just a single length here to measure out. Okay, you always make sure that the fighter keeps their hands, the fingers separated. So when you create the padding and then when you start binding it, if you keep the fingers there, you'll find that you won't start pinching too much. So I'll just measure out here and then take it away so things wide. So I've created my pad. Again, the small point is we're using the same material that we used the base layer for. Get things wide. There's also another point that I use only a single layer for this, is that when we create the bar, there's more freedom for the hand to move. Finger on there, please. So again, support. Turn your hand over. So you can see here, there's a lot of movement that we can actually use. So rather than having to cut in or anything like that, it's a really simple way of wrapping the hands. So we're going to have to create a bar out of this. We don't have to cut anything open from there. So turn the hand back over. I need a bit more support through the tape. And I'm going to cross myself back up and through, back down and across again. There. The important thing is when people punch, this has a tendency to happen. The bones, they separate, so we're going to make sure each knuckle is being separated, and also the key is to create a pad that the knuckles don't start moving outside of that. So, turn the hand over. To create the bar, I've got my tape already lined up. First thing is we'll just get a little one going. Here. And roll that. Let's start the bar. If you look on boxing gloves, there's already a bar in the glove itself. MMA gloves, nothing like that. So fingers wide. So you catch it, pinch it. Can you turn your hand over, please? Make a fist. It goes through, so we've separated. We then widen it up and let it go from there. Turn your hand back over. Same again. I'll pinch it quickly. Secure. Turn your hand over, make a fist, separates through, and then we open up straight through here. And finally, turn your hand over, pinch, spread, turn your hand over, make a fist, goes through the middle, and open up here. Okay? So we're just going to tidy this up. And we're just going to finish off. Can you make a fist, please? Okay. 1 inch below the knuckle. That's my line. So I'm not going to go below that. Okay? I'll work my way backwards. From here, I'm just supporting, sealing down what I've already got there. Final one, keep your hand open. Make a fist, nice and tight, open your hand. Loop it through and around, make a fist. Open hand. Turn your hand over. So I'm going to cut this clear. Make a fist. So, simple pad, we've got the structure to keep everything in place. Having your hands open, the bar is very thin so you can make a fist, grab, and it's got a good grip from there. Okay, so that's just a simple, basic, straightforward hand wrap. They vary. Again, some people they prefer to double layer over, but like I said, what I do is because the cage rod gloves are very, very specifically designed, I just need that single pad over there rather than fold anything over. And there we go. Cool.